Okay, France have defeated Italy 34-17 in the Six Nations. They're playing their game tonight in Marseille, not Paris, so they're at the Stade Velodrome, which is a football stadium, not a rugby stadium. I don't know what it is. The French seem to like playing there when they do play rugby there, but it's not a rugby stadium, it's a football stadium. And the pitch is on different dimensions, so I don't know. But they win the game. Very stodgy affair again. There's been a lot of these in the Six Nations so far. Most of them involve France. Very good conditions actually. A lot of to play rugby, but my God, a lot of the French handling errors and the Italians went to trap of allowing the French to dictate the pace of the game. Very stop-start. The French know they have a fitness issue. They know they can't stay in a game of its intensity for more than 5-minute spells. They really do struggle with the long-term time fitness. And that's part to do with the domestic game as well in France. They really struggle with high intensity rugby. Basteraux was the man of the match. Very typical Basteraux try, burrowed over, power, but he showed a lot of skill tonight, and he actually helped unlock the Italian defence with his offloading play, bringing his outside and inside backs around him into play with the cheeky offloads. He's got more skill to his game than people realise, and he's very underrated. He's much maligned because of his weight. And he's only seen as a powerful ball runner that just run up, hit ups. No, he was used as a decoy. He has developed his game a lot. He's much maligned, which I think is unfair. He's a bit of a cult figure. It's Matthieu Basteraux. Minozzi's second try for Italy, the first try was a penalty try, but the second Italian try with Minozzi was a great piece of counter-attacking play. French defence was all at sea. It was like a sieve. There are key French players missing through injury, and there's key French players missing through internal suspension. I've never seen a French team win a game, or a team win a game, but look so unhappy winning. It's like they didn't want to be there. They get the win, they get get a monkey off their back, their first win in a year. They looked unhappy doing it, which says to me this is not a happy camp. A lot of communication problems, a lot of butchered tries. They could have had 5, 6, 7, 8 tries, and if they had actually got those tries, I think the flair would have come back and they would just flowed. But I bet you next week, or whenever they play Wales or England next, I don't know who's next. When they play their next game, it's back to being blown out. Because if the Italians played how they wanted to play at their intensity, the French are not in the game. If the Italians played how they played in spells against Ireland and spells against England, when they got all their tries, the French get blown out. The French lose. I think it's a mindset thing with the Italians. They have the ability, they just forget up here sometimes. It's what happens in between here. But I can see the French, really struggling going forward. They've struggled against Scotland. They struggled against Ireland. They really haven't played well at all for a long time. And then after the Six Nations, they've got 3 All Black tests to play. So I guess it just gets easier and easier for them. But they have problems. I've never seen a French side look so unhappy. Now I've done a video on why there's problems with French rugby, but oh my God, they just look so unhappy doing it. They did not really look like they were enjoying the game whatsoever. When the final whistle went, I think they were glad, because this group of players, firstly, it's been cobbled together from week to week because of various discipline problems and injury problems. It is a cobbled together team. They're missing so many young up and coming players who are key. They're missing so many experienced players who are key. Jacques Brunel, whether he's good or bad as a coach, he's got an uphill struggle because the federation's under investigation and 8 players break team discipline, including Teddy Thomas and Picamol. When Picamol is not allowed to play because he's suspended, that says something. When Louis Picamol was dropped because of internal discipline problems, that says to me that one of the best French forwards they've produced in the last 20 years is not a happy man. Without Louis Picamol, they look less destructive up front. They don't look great. They miss his dynamic ball running for a big man. He's exceptionally mobile for a big man. They miss that because Val Mahina gives away so many penalties. That pack is heavily penalised. Picamol is a machine. He is the ultimate replacement for Arid the Norki, who was the number 8 before him, who was a machine. The French pack miss him. The French scrum half misses that combination with his 8 and 9. The French team are missing Picamol. The French team are missing Teddy Thomas. But yes, they've got some great backs, but they don't look happy playing the system that is forced upon them by Jacques Brunel. Anyway, enough of my moaning. Very poor game. But the tries, when they were scored, were good. Good technical ability from the rolling ball for the first French. There's a penalty try for the Italians. Basteraux, which is the French third try, was pressure basically. A Basteraux burrowing over. I can't remember the French second try, but there was a second try. But the game was that stodgy, I was half asleep. But the Italian second try is, I think, the best moment of the game. It actually shows that we shouldn't underestimate or write off these Italians and say they're no hopers and they're crap and their game's going nowhere, because they can produce bits of quality like that. That if they're more consistent with their play, they'll produce it more. But that French defence, even though they'd slowed the game down, could not stop that Italian try. They looked all at sea. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you on the Six Nations games tomorrow. And I'll have some more other videos for you soon also.